Hi and welcome. This is Damon Bruce and you're watching 2K Sports. Wednesday night in the NBA. It's the Washington Wizards going up against the Philadelphia 76ers. And that'll do it from the studio. Let's get you out to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports broadcast crew at the arena. I'll see you back here at halftime.
.2K Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with a broadcast from Philadelphia. It's the home of the 76ers, the Wells Fargo Center. And now we take a brief check at the matchups. Our starting five for both teams. Someone will be keeping an eye on John Wall.
Well, as athletic as the players are in this league, Kevin, John Wall, I think, is one of the best. I mean, he's so strong for a guy that size. Blazing speed, incredible quickness. So he can blow by defenders and get right into the lane.
Steve, it's almost unfair to see how easily he makes the most of his athleticism, isn't it? My goodness. I mean, not only can he run for days, but he looks like a cat out there the way he's able to twist and turn through traffic.
Well, guys, for the Philadelphia 76ers, they come in off the loss to the Golden State Warriors.
I didn't like the defensive game plan they had going into that one. It just seemed out of whack. The matchups were wrong, and they didn't bring the energy necessary either.
You know, it was befuddling to me why they stuck with that, Steve. I mean, they dug themselves a hole, and then they didn't make the changes they should have to get out of it. Didn't make any good adjustments there.
You know, adding an outside shot is going to be the key to whether John Wall is a good player or a great one. He's shown he has the speed, but until he can force defenders to respect that outside shot, everyone is just going to back off him.
And Wall, a good free throw shooter, over 80% from the line last season. So, Clark, it's not like the form on his shot is broken at all.
No, it's got some issues, though.
Yes, it does.
And it's going to be a matter of practice, Kevin. Before reaching the NBA, he was so much more explosive than other players. He didn't need to settle for the jumper. For him, it's about balance and consistency with those mechanics on his shot.
Here is Wall after the make.
Wow, look at that athletic play. Incredible.
Wow. Tremendous stuff from a guy, Clark, we think more of for his passing.
Yeah, but he's got tremendous leaping ability and a surplus supply, too.
Well, that's a great aggressive move, and 2 big points, too.
White the pass to Richardson. Young outside. Back to Richardson. Young outside. On the wing, Jason Richardson. Drops in the tray. Richardson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And that's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Boy, 76ers had a season they'd like to soon forget. But the one thing they were able to do last year was win at home. Good thing, too, given how unforgiving Philadelphia fans can be. No tougher sports fans in all of sports than Philadelphia.
Here's Turner following the basket by John Wall. Misses the 3. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
I spoke briefly with Randy Whitman. He's been chewing over the best plan of attack against this defense with all that shot blocking inside. He said the big thing is we can't play hero ball. We've got to be unselfish and trust our offense. Kevin, we'll see if they can turn the tables this time around and even the season series. Back to you.
And Doris, as always, thank you. So, Steve, do you agree with Coach's game plan here, given how tough the D is that they're going to go up against?
Yeah, I do. I mean, a huge part of your game plan has to be focused on their D. And I think he's right to put that much emphasis on it.
Yeah, I agree with you guys because they are that good defensively. So you've got to worry about that and game plan for that. And then trust that your guys will execute what needs to be done.
And back to the 76ers at home. Never a good idea to be under 500 at home in a city that has booed Santa Claus before. Steve, luckily they were able to avoid that, going 23-18 here last season.
Well, maybe Santa Claus had a bad year that year, Kevin. I don't know. But look, I mean, if you're stinking it up in front of Philly fans, they're going to let you know. I mean, they're going to boo you. They're brutally honest. On the flip side, though, when you play well, I mean, they're going to back you.
On the free throw, no good.
Well, it was an ugly start to the season for the Wizards. Tried to revamp by trading for a host of veterans, but out of the gate, times were tough as they lost their first 12. Eventually got things turned around and were more dangerous when John Wall got healthy.
Makes it off the glass. Wall's got 9.
I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
Richardson against Beal. Richardson kicks to Hawes. On the wing, Turner feeds it to Richardson. He nails it, and we're tied up. Richardson's got his second bucket of the game to go. The difference for the Wizards after Wall came back, as you said, Clark, was just day and night. They were so much more energized and seemed to relish the role of playing the spoiler for a lot of teams, Steve, down the stretch.
Yeah, they looked like a playoff team by the end of the year, and that's the challenge this season as we watch this club play it out. I mean, can they stay healthy? Can they continue that hot run that they had at the end of last year? And can that carry over into this one? And the offense just getting right to the rim, but at least they saved the layup with the foul.
That's old school basketball rules. I mean, at the end of the day, no easy layups. Earn it from the line.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Washington.
And some great drives to the bucket for them to this point, guys.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low. I think it's fair to say that the top of the Eastern Conference has been getting tougher over the last few seasons. Unfortunately for the Sixers, they've headed the other direction. They've been going south, and it's part of why they were on the outside of the playoffs looking in.
And so Young nails them both. And back to what you were saying, Clark, about Philadelphia going through a lot of roster changes last year. You're right, in a season where a lot of other teams in the East put it all together. Steve, bad timing for Philadelphia.
Yeah, bad timing. Roster changes and injuries, of course. I mean, the big trade for Bynum looked like it was going to be something that could help them get to the top of the East, but Bynum never played a single game for them. And so it's understandable why Philadelphia struggled.
And Turner kicks to White. From 13 feet, it goes down.
Everybody on the floor is hot. Incredible stuff here in the early stages.
Tell you what, both teams playing downhill. Who's going to blink first?
Now here's Ariza. He has 6. He dishes it to Beal. Back to Ariza. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high, fantastic one-hand jam.
Yeah, what a way to wrap up that possession.
And it's Turner off the drive. Stolen by Nene. Outside, Wall. Back to Nene. He kicks it to Wall. Pass to Beal. Nice ball movement by Washington. There's the feed to Nene. Shot clock at 6. Just his first attempt. And misses it off the right side of the rim. The 76ers trail by 3. Now Turner. 26 points for him last game against Golden State.
And he gave him great effort defensively as well, including a couple of block shots.
And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way.
Let's check out the stat sheet here on Thaddeus Young. Very nice season for him last year. 10th in steals. And he was also a top 20 shooter from the field. So really a nice all-around offensive year for him.
And Steve, I don't think you can overstate his steal numbers. I mean, they're way up there. And it's a credit to his concentration and his quickness and his aggressiveness.
Noel's checked in for Thaddeus Young. And so it's Washington with it. 3-point lead. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
I know that's a game they'd like to forget. Sort of a tough day for them all around.
Yeah, I don't see any reason they won't be able to rebound from it pretty quickly, though. I mean, this team throughout the season has shown itself to be pretty resilient.
Here's Turner following the basket by John Wall. Beal against Richardson. And the shot is long. Wizards leading by 5. Pass to Ariza. Ariza, right side. Here's Wall. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Wall's got 15.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
The jury seems to still be out if John Wall can make the jump to being one of the elite point guards in the league, but he certainly feels that he'll get there. Last season, he said he deserves a max contract. Worked on that over the summer with the Wizards. Tell you what, he has a lot of talent, but just hasn't put it all together yet.
Here's Ariza, and that comes off the assist by John Wall. 11 points for Ariza.
He's finding all kinds of ways to get it done. What a quarter he's had.
Now, here's Richardson. He had 25 points last game. White dishes to Turner. 6 to shoot. The 76ers need to get off a shot. It's Wall with the drop. That is good. And it's a 10-point Wizards lead. And when you think of players commanding the max salary, those are your franchise guys. Clark, do you think Wall has put himself in that category yet?
I think he's been hampered by the injuries, Kevin, so you really can't make a fair assessment there. I think he has tremendous potential as a true point guard. Excellent physical gifts, and I think he wants to be a leader. The Wizards have been a team of disorganization and issues in the locker room over the last few years, so I think it's still a bit unfair and premature to judge Wall at this point.
Into Nene. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
6'11" big man out of Brazil. Nene has really good quickness and mobility for a player of his size. Maybe it's the soccer background. He's light-footed for a guy who goes well over 250 pounds. And that helps him at both ends of the court.
That free throw good from Nene. And for Nene, he can bang inside and cover on the perimeter pretty well for a big guy.
Well, and offensively, I mean, his quickness makes him a pretty good roll man, and when he gets to the rim, he finishes strong with either hand.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Al Harrington's checked in for Okafor. Porter comes in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Webster in for Bradley Beal. No good on the second free throw.
Boy, the Wizards had a hard time getting wins against the rest of the conference, and it's a big part of why they never built any momentum up at any point of the season. When you can't find it in your ability to beat other teams in your conference, it's a long season for you.
Here's Carter Williams. Here's Henderson. They get it back. Here's Allen. Rejected by Harrington. Now here's Webster. He's tightly guarded. Porter passes to Maynard. There's the three. It's rebounded by Noel. Well, back to the Wizards. 52 games this season are played in conference, and they struggled against the East, so it really did create a huge roadblock for them. Only 15 conference wins for them, and Steve, that was the second fewest in the East.
Yeah, and the East, as we know, last year was really weak, so that number is pretty alarming, especially when you consider how well Washington played down the stretch.
And here is Webster after the three-pointer from Anderson. Porter kicks to Nene. Fades back. Can't get it to go. Excellent D there from Allen.
And very quickly here in the first quarter, a pronounced advantage for them on the glass.
Yeah, that's a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
You look at Noel, guys, he's an athletic, bouncy, 6'11" big man with a 7'4" wingspan. No wonder he's been a dynamic shot blocker before he arrived in the NBA, and now it's just a matter of getting bigger and stronger.
You know, I love the fact that he's always turned up. His motor is excellent. Now, he's got to recover from that ACL injury, but I tell you what I saw of him as a shot blocker, a guy who runs the floor, rebounds both backboards, and is a pretty good passer right now, and I think will smooth out and expand his offensive game. Keep an eye on his development. He could be a very impactful player.
The Wizards making a switch here. Serafin's checked in. Good on the second free throw.
Well, there's a new ownership group in Philadelphia as of 2011, and in this offseason, they pulled the trigger and brought in new leadership in the front office. Looks like they're jumping on the analytics bandwagon, hiring the former brain trust of the Houston Rockets.
Now, here's Harrington. Looking for his first basket still in this one.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
Allen with it, defended by Seraphin. And that one's good. Allen's got his first points in this one.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Dishes it to Porter. A three-pointer is right on target. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the first. Carter Williams kicks to Turner. Can't connect from short range. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Wizards lead by 10. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return.
Coming up Monday, November 11th, Michael Conley and the Memphis Grizzlies go up against Paul George and the Indiana Pacers. Be there.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Wizards?
And they set the tone there defensively with their shot blocking. They've been really intimidating down in the paint area.
You know, in the rest of the game, Steve, shooters will be looking around for the shot blockers because of what's happened in this quarter.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So on the floor for Philadelphia, they've got Evan Turner. Carter Williams is out there with James Anderson. Then there's Arnett Moultrie, and it's Brown in at the center position.
A lot of people felt Otto Porter was the most complete player in this year's draft. You know, it just kind of fits the mold as a small forward. He can shoot, pass, handle the ball, rebound, defends multiple positions. Has the potential to be a very good player in this league.
And back to Porter Clark, a stat sheet stuffer. I'm going to borrow your term there if I can.
No problem.
He can guard multiple positions and gives you steals and rebounds and blocks.
You know, starting out, he may have trouble with strength matchups, but his length should compensate for that, and I think he can cause problems defensively.
That's a good point. Here's Carter Williams. The dish to Turner. Rejected by Porter, but they recover it. Shot clock at 3. Carter Williams. The 76ers with another miss. Wizards leading by 11. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, Kevin, there's no doubt Nerlens Noel has faced his share of adversity over the last year. An ACL tear in his left knee cost him the end of his college season at Kentucky. That was followed by the long, grueling rehab process. And, of course, his surprise slide on draft night. But Noel says he takes the strength to carry on and overcome those challenges from his mother. He said, quote, coming to America from Haiti, working 2 jobs, she never quit, so I could be where I'm at today. Guys, plenty of motivation and a great example for this talented young man.
Great story. Thank you, Doris. Chris Singleton, he's checked in for Porter. Anderson dishes to Young. Back to Anderson. Kicks to Carter Williams. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. Wizards leading by 11. And taken away by Brown. And now here comes Young leading the break.
Well, finally, it's nice to see the ball actually go through the hoop.
Yeah, that always makes a game look better. I mean, it's been ugly so far here, but hopefully shot making will improve the looks of this one.
Singleton, the pass to Webster. He feeds it to Singleton. Clock at 6. Here's Maynard. From outside, off the mark. Philadelphia's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Anderson kicks to Carter Williams. And it's good.
Boy, beautiful assist. That's a couple of teammates clearly on the same page.
The pass to Webster. Feeds it to Seraphin. Seraphin off a pick from Webster. And Kwame Brown picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. So it's the Wizards now. They've led by as many as 11 points. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Webster. Shoots. And again, Washington no good.
He's one guy the defense is not afraid to leave open from that range, and for obvious reasons.
Carter Williams off the pick from Young. Anderson kicks to Carter Williams. Young dishes to Anderson. Young inside. Defended by Booker. Young's shot is off. Webster passes to Maynard. He dishes it to Booker. He kicks it to Webster. Maynard fires for 3. Rejected by Carter Williams. And they're able to recover. That drops. And the Wizards lead by 9.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Anderson kicks to Moultrie. A terrific shot on a turnaround.
You know, the turnaround jumper, guys, is one of those shots that always just looks so good. I mean, it's got that nice, smooth, singular motion. Sweet.
Washington calls timeout. Last time they met was in Washington.
And, you know, Kevin, despite the outcome, I think they got to be feeling pretty good coming into this game. There were a lot of positives they can take away from that performance.
Yeah, you can't dwell on the final score in that case. You have to think about the things you did well and build on those.
John Wall's checked in for Washington. Here's Wall. He had a 33-point outing in their last game against the Heat in Miami.
And don't forget, guys, his playmaking was sensational. I mean, he saw the floor, making the game so easy for his teammates.
Left side, Wall. Singleton dishes to Seraphin. Goes back up. He takes it up and lays it in.
Well, it's obvious. The difference in this quarter has been their dominance on the offensive boards.
Yeah, I think you're right, Clark. A lot of second chance points, and they're not resting on their lead. They're really being aggressive and attacking the lane.
Anderson kicks to Carter Williams. It's rebounded by Seraphin. Seraphin's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
You got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the boards.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
And the Wizards making a change here. Beal's checked in. Brown no good on the free throw.
Points in the paint for the Wizards, really a problem area last season. Even with their revamped front court, it was not easy for them to finish at the rim. Maybe a full year of having John Wall healthy will help that because he creates easy scoring opportunities.
Here's Wall. Offensive rebound. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And a look here at the Wizards, how they ranked in the NBA last season. 9th in rebound, 10th in three-point shooting. As for the assist numbers, not as strong for them. Top 20 in the league. They certainly are capable of much better in that area.
And what stands out to me, Clark, with what you just talked about is the rebounds, because this is a very physical team. They like to try to bully their opponent at both ends of the floor. On the defensive glass, they were excellent. And then offensively, on missed shots, they really got after it and tried to get second chance points.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for Webster. And he makes the first, but misses the second. As for the Wizards, as you said, Clark, they ended up being the 2nd worst team in the NBA when it came to points in the paint. But they just couldn't get much going from their bigs down low, Steve.
And some of that was the injury to John Wall early, because he's the one who has to set the table for those guys. But look, this is a team that has made some improvements. They're gaining some momentum. They've got some good young talent. I think that area, the points in the paint, is going to improve as this season goes on.
And Wall. Here we go now. He passes it to Singleton. Back to Wall. Shoots from the elbow. And that one hits back iron. The 76ers trail by 6. Here's White. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
You know, with the extra weight he has over his man there, I mean, he's going to be hard to slow down when he gets ahead of steam. Those extra LBs make a difference.
Wizards making a switch here. Pause is checked in. Philadelphia shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one. And White, no good on that one.
Well, usually you think of the Sixers as a team that likes to play deliberate and slow things up a bit, but boy, they struggled to score last year. A big part of the struggle was that they just didn't get to the free throw line very much.
The 76ers have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Carter Williams kicks to Young. Pass to Carter Williams. Anderson. The feed to Carter Williams. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Anderson. Lets it go with the 3. Washington with the rebound. Well, Clark, as you said, with the 76ers, they made the fewest free throws in the entire league last season, mostly because they were second to last in attempts. Steve, part of that is pace, but a lot of it was not having, players attack the rim.
And more than anything, Kevin, it was just lack of talent. They didn't have enough guys with the ability and the physical skills and tools to get to the rim and attack defenses. Thaddeus Young last season stepping into the full-time power forward role for the Sixers. Just kind of a mismatch waiting to happen because he's undersized at 6'8", but way too quick for most of the guys guarding him.
That free throw, no good. And for Thaddeus Young, with the league going more towards quickness and mobility, Clark, that's certainly going to fit his strengths well.
That is absolutely right. He's not a really strong rebounder. His lack of size does make him vulnerable to post up, but he's one of the best slashers in the game. In the end, the mismatches tend to usually play out in his favor. Losing 12 straight to start the season for the Wizards, just ominous, and through 20 games, the worst start in franchise history. But once they got back to health, they showed they could compete with anybody.
Wall passes to Beal. Back to Wall. Okafor with the screen on Turner. Wall, Richardson covering. Here's Beal, and it's blocked by Richardson. 3-on-3. Here's Turner. Oh, that's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. Moment to see how the schedule is looking for Philadelphia. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. And that game closes out the 4-game homestand for them.
Boy, some really good matchups, and that San Antonio Spurs game definitely one to be checking out.
Here's Richardson. The rebound by Okafor. When you start out like the Wizards did last year, it's easy to get down on yourself and give up on the season. But you know what, Steve? They showed a lot of fight and never bowed their heads.
Got to give a lot of credit to Randy Whitman for keeping the ship afloat after that tough start. And I like the fact that they added some veteran guys a season ago that I think added to the character of this team. But it's an interesting group, no doubt.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
For Brad Beal, it wasn't an easy start to his career. I mean, he was putting up points but shooting a very low percentage. Then once John Wall came back from injury, he improved leaps and bounds with his efficiency. No coincidence there, I bet.
James Anderson, he's checked in for Philadelphia. The 76ers trail by 11. And you mentioned how Brad Beal's play improved with John Wall back in that lineup in Washington with the Wizards. That had to take some pressure off.
Yeah, I think so. Beal, may have a good handle, but there's no question he's a shooting guard, and playing alongside Wall makes the most sense, where he can run off screens and spot up. But I think Beal has a very bright future.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, gentlemen, a bold draft day trade for the Philadelphia 76ers, trading away their all-star point guard Drew Holiday for the rights to 6th pick overall Nerlens Noel and a first-round pick in the loaded class of 2014. And for the new front office in Philly, it's a clear direction. Go young and build from the ground up. The Sixers' record will likely take a step back this season, but the experts all love the initiative with this move. Not content to be an average team, guys. They're looking to shake things up.
Doris, a lot of promise on this team. We'll see how they develop. Launches a 3, and Evan Turner pulls it down. Turner's got 4 rebounds in this game. Anderson outside. Good on the three-point shot. Anderson's got 6. And here is Beal. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Pass to Okafor. Nice ball movement by Washington. 4 on the clock. Here's Harrington. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Well, it's always nice to see a strong inside game, and that's what we've got going on there. I mean, they're pounding it inside.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And that one misses.
Al Harrington is back after missing all but a handful of games last season. The summer prior, after a knee surgery, he suffered a staph infection in his knee, and that had to be frustrating for him.
White with it. He's picked up by Ariza. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's on Emeka Okafor. And Al Harrington certainly fits the need for a lot of teams. The spread 4, for instance.
Yeah, when your power forward can step outside and knock the three-pointer down, it's incredible the spacing that occurs for your offense, and that really gives a lot of driving and passing lanes for your teammates.
The spread 4, the stretch 4, whatever you want to call it. It's been one of those nice things that the game has added that has been fun to watch in its development.
Yeah, it sure has.
No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also.
Well, it was a healthy season last year for Spencer Hall, and maybe not the guy they were hoping to hold down their center spot in Philadelphia after trading for Andrew Bynum during the offseason, but Halls was more than serviceable in his expanded role in the middle.
Poor shooting from him this quarter. His shooting percentage nowhere near where he'd like it to be.
Anderson dishes to White. Anderson, and it's sent back by Ariza. Richardson kicks to Anderson. Anderson can't get that one to fall.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And Haas showed his great start in the condensed season of 2011-12. He wasn't a mirage. He played well last season.
Well, he's a finesse center. He's very skilled. He can pass and shoot from long range, and did a pretty good job on the glass, too.
Wall's shot is off. Richardson the pass to Turner. Turner gets the screen from Hawes. And it's Turner off the drive. That one goes. Count it. Turner's got 4 points in the quarter. Clock management. This is where, Steve, they can get a 2-for-1.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. As long as the first one's a good one, and now you play D, you get the ball back, one more shot.
Dishes it to Beal. Clock at 6. Kicks to Harrington. Lets it go from deep. Evan Turner grabs the board. Turner's got 5 rebounds tonight. The dish now to Hawes. Back to Turner. He feeds it to Anderson. Richardson. And he overshot that one, missing.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Wizards out front, leading by 6. And coming up after the break, it'll be Damon Bruce breaking down all the highlights from the first half of play.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports as the NBA season revs up. Let's get into the halftime report. Washington leading against Philadelphia. It's been an uneven start to the season. They're hungry for wins, no doubt about it. The first half for John Wall, fantastic. High percentage looks in the first half. Amazing work from the field, shooting in the high 60s. That's big-time bucket by him. On the 76ers side of things, they're managing to hang around. You look at the offensive rebounds, they're creating second opportunities, and that's a key to winning. A good start for Evan Turner. He's got 8 points. He's been getting it done on both ends of the court. Look at the assists, look at the rebounds. It's all adding up to a great first half. Checking out some of the games still in progress. Out in Charlotte, the Bobcats have the lead against Toronto. That one's in the third. They're up by 8 at the moment. And another game going on for the Pacers in Indiana. We find them trailing to Chicago. Big advantage out there in the third. And And a look here at the other NBA action. The New Orleans Pelicans are trailing the Grizzlies out in Memphis into the second half, and it's a close one, a 1-point difference. And that's all there is to it. Thanks so much for spending halftime with me. Now it's time to send you back out at the start of the third quarter.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And we welcome you back to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the city of brotherly love. An exceptional performance from John Wall.
Yeah, he played a very mature first half offensively, just finding gaps and making good decisions, getting into the defense and knocking down shots.
Well, the way he played that first half, that's exactly what we're talking about when we say offensive efficiency.
And on the floor for Randy Whitman as we get into the second half. Nene at the 4, Okafor at the 5. Beal and Ariza fill out the perimeter, and it's Wall in at the 1 spot. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
You know, last year nobody was quite sure the role Evan Turner would have, but as the season went on, he played his way into the rotation by earning the trust of his coach. I thought he made some good strides in his game.
He's off on the first. And Turner, the number 2 overall pick back in 2010. Clark, it seemed NBA stardom awaited, but so far, it just hasn't worked that way.
It's still on the horizon for him. You got to remember now, he's only in his 4th year. He's a terrific ball handler, rebounder, 6'7", can play the point forward position for you. The Sixers traded away Iguodala and handed him the reins, and I think sometimes you can do that prematurely. And it'll be interesting to see how Evan steps into that higher expectation role now.
And Wall. Here we go now. Okafor. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And the free throw, no good.
Last season, Emeka Okafor was healthy after a tough spell of injury in New Orleans, guys. I mean, he bounced back and then some with his rebounding numbers on a per-minute basis.
And you look at the numbers for Okafor last season, his field goal percentage did fall, his worst in the last 7 seasons, Steve.
You know, he started shooting over twice as many mid-range jumpers as he ever had before in his career. And maybe that's because he's getting a little older. He's not able to get to the rim quite as often.
That free throw, good from Turner.
Well, it seems like they're having a lot of trouble at the line today, and it's just been that kind of a day.
Both free throws good from Turner. Washington leading now by 5. Wall with it. And the pass to Beal. Back to Wall. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Wall's got 22 points.
How about that, going up strong? I mean, he doesn't care how much height he's giving up. It's attitude with him.
Wall against Turner. Richardson for 3. That's good. Richardson's got 11 points.
And that kind of defense is just not going to cut it, guys. I mean, they have to get a hand in his face.
Beal dishes to Ariza. Feeds to Nene. Young's there from down low. And it's Nene getting it to go in.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
And Young, and here we go. And the basket good. 9 points in the game so far.
Gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense.
For the Wizards, I thought injury is a big reason they didn't have the season they hoped for. They do have some things they can build off of, though. The one that sticks out to me was how they were able to improve their defense last year and became pretty good at limiting easy shots. This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
And Turner kicks to Richardson. Young, Ariza covering. 5 to shoot. Wall with the steal. Passes it to Beal. He dishes it to Okafor. Wall. The Wizards working the ball around now. Ariza passes to Beal. Outside, Wall. Takes it from 10. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line. And going back to what you said, Clark, about the Wizards, they did improve dramatically in terms of defense and had one of the top 10 Ds in the league. Steve, not bad for a team that is clearly building around youth.
And that's a great sign, because normally when you have young players, you struggle defensively more than at the offensive end. So this is a group that has plenty of potential, and I think we're seeing that this season, you know, as they continue to get better in terms of rebounding and defending the paint.
Richardson dishes to Young. White. On the wing, Jason Richardson. Beal with the steal. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Shoots from 12. And the shot's good from Nene. Nene's got 4 points in the quarter. The 76ers trail by 9. Wide, a screen on Wall. He kicks to Richardson. Jacks up a 3. And that one's good. Richardson's got 14.
Up and in on every one of their first 3 shots to start the second half.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
What was supposed to be a fresh start for Jason Richardson last year never really came to fruition, guys. I mean, not very far into the year, he had a bad injury to his left knee and had to close things down for the season. Well, let's take a look at where Philadelphia ended up rank-wise in the league last year. Second in fewest turnovers per game, 11th in assists. And they were in the top half of the league shooting the ball from deep. Average to pedestrian, but still fairly effective from there.
Very well-coached team, Clark. I mean, you look at the numbers, and you talked about the few turnovers, the top 5 in the league, in fact, in fewest mistakes. So this is a well-disciplined, well-coached team, and when they're on their game, they're just one of those teams you hate to play against because they don't give you anything easy.
And for Richardson, surgery last season to repair a cartilage tear in his left knee when he played for Philadelphia.
Well, in his prime, he was one of the most explosive leapers in the NBA. Former dunk contest champion. He began to lean on his three-point shooting as his career went on. Been a very productive player over the years.
Shot clock at 6. Here's Ariza. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Noel's got 5 rebounds tonight.
You know, they haven't been able to open up a big lead, but the rebounds are starting to add up for them. They may be able to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, they've been doing the dirty work inside, Steve, playing a very tough brand of basketball.
Al Harrington's checked in for Washington. Porter comes in for Trevor Ariza. Here's Wall. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Nerlens Noel, 6'11", out of Kentucky. Big wingspan, about 7'4". So he's a player who has a chance to be an incredible shot blocker. Of course, following in the footsteps of Anthony Davis at Kentucky.
The first one falls. And back to Noel. Still very slender. The question for him has been, does he have the strength to play?
Not right now. He's got to get stronger. He's first got to recover from that ACL tear that he suffered. But if, in fact, he can get stronger, I love his motor, and I like his potential to become better as an offensive player.
There's a lot to withstand inside in the NBA.
No question about it.
And Anderson kicks to Turner. Back to Anderson. He passes to Turner. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Turner's got 15.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
That's what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. More of the same. Get it inside.
Harrington kicks to Porter. Nene. The jump hook. And it's off the back rim. No good.
That's a huge part of what they want to do defensively. Limit his easy chances inside.
Here's Anderson. Rejected by Nene. They retain possession. Chance now to check out the Washington Wizards' upcoming schedule. Their next game, playing at home, as the Nets come into town. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. And the first one drops.
Nerlens Noel, one of those players that has become so valuable in the NBA. A mobile defender who can get out to the perimeter, guard smaller players, but still with the ability to block shots in the paint.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for the Wizards. Both free throws good from Noel. And for Noel, his offensive game is a bit of a work in progress. But I know, Clark, you love his motor.
I certainly do. You know, at Kentucky, they started tracking players' heart rates during practices to measure effort. And they never had to call out Noel in that regard. He's all effort all the time.
The 76ers trail by 4. Richardson the pass to Noel.
How did he get that to go?
Even after the whistle, I like the awareness, the alertness, and the presence of mind to finish the play.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for Washington?
Boy, guys, I really like how they've driven the ball to the basket in this game. I mean, they've been very aggressive with it.
And they continue to knock down the long-range three-point shot as well.
The Wizards making a switch here. Okafor's checked in.
You know, guys, Emeka Okafor was the #2 overall pick out of Connecticut back in 2004. And because he was drafted so high, some people may have expected more. But I always saw him as what he's become. A physical, bruising big man inside who can rebound his position and do the little things to help you win. And he's done that consistently and effectively throughout his career.
And Emeka Okafor, really a bodybuilder's physique, a 6'10", well over 255 pounds. You know, physically, he's always been the perfect picture in terms of how he conducts himself, how he readies for a season.
Yeah, he's got that chiseled frame that actually reminds me a little bit of you, Kev. Although he stands almost 7 feet tall.
No, I'm 6'2".
Yeah.
But it's so kind to say.
Sure.
I appreciate that. Gets it to go.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Washington's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the three ball well. And Wall gets to Ariza. Pass to Porter. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Porter's got 8. The 76ers trail by 4. Turner dishes to Noel. And there's the feed to Richardson. Young, guarded by Porter, gets the bucket. And 11 points here for Thaddeus Young.
Well, his body control is what I notice. I think that jumps off the page when you watch him play. Even with the defender draped all over, he's able to find a way to get to the rim and get the shot to go in.
And I also think he might have played a little football, Steve, because he's excellent at intercepting passes. I mean, that seems to be his calling card defensively.
And Jason Richardson, the bucket on the assist by Turner. 18 points for him.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
Yep, that's something that the defense has to put a stop to. Maybe a defensive adjustment is necessary here.
Well, how about John Wall in this one? He has 29 points, and he's managed to get 4 of his points by way of the free throw line.
And that may not be the first thing people notice about his performance, but those are important points nonetheless.
The first free throw is good. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Philadelphia. And he can't hit the second.
I thought the pressure might get to him a little bit, but he did enough to put them in front.
Guys, LaVoy Allen out of Temple, a local Philly guy. The Sixers took him with the second to last pick of the 2011 draft, and he's really played consistent minutes for him. Boy, they ran a nice play there, Kevin, to set up the easy dunk.
Yeah, he got help from his teammate and ran his man right straight into the pick.
Yep, and that's the offensive player's job. Run him into the screen.
And it was a great pick, too, Clark. I mean, he may have lowered his shoulder a little bit, but he got him pretty clean.
And for LaVoy Allen, mostly a spot-up jump shooter, but he knows how to throw his weight around inside, and Steve, he can provide some, at times, tough interior D.
Well, he's 6'9", but he seems to play bigger. Long arms and a strong lower body gives him the size and the leverage to be able to battle people inside.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Okafor. And Bradley Beal subbed in for John Wall. Wizards trail by 3. Here's Ariza. And another miss by Washington. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Backing down is White. Washington with the rebound. Beal's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Their next game, playing at home, is the Nets coming to town. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
Well, that's how you send it. Two hands and hammer it down.
Turner passes to Richardson. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. And Beal kicks to Porter. The dive for the ball. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession. Washington making some changes. Nene comes in for Al Harrington. And John Wall subbed in for Porter. Turner against Beal. Dishes it to Seraphin. Shot clock at 5. Outside, Wall. Shoots from 8. And that's good for 2. Wall's got 12 now in this quarter.
He's been working some magic out there today, guys. This lead has been largely his making.
And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way.
Boy, they couldn't hook up there on what's really a pretty basic pass.
The Wizards with the lead. Here's Beal. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
Sometimes folks forget about his decent mid-range jumper. He can knock those down all game given a chance.
Al Richardson, he's got 20. Backing down is Turner. The shot is off. Now Washington takes it the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points.
Well, for the 76ers last season, just really tough offensively. Tied for last in the league in points per game, bottom 5 in efficiency. Did a really good job of taking care of the ball, second lowest in turnovers, but I think they may have been a little overcautious to get those turnover numbers where they were.
And the 76ers making a change here. Noel's checked in. The 76ers trail by 3, and it's Turner off the drive. Cannot hit. Nice D from Beal.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
And guys, the Sixers' style over the last couple seasons has been a little inconsistent, I guess you could say. Defensively, their philosophy very clearly was, Steve, to force teams to shoot long twos. But offensively, those were the shots they so often took.
Well, remember, they were pretty good a couple years ago with Iguodala because they were a fast team that could create some offense in transition. But once they got by him and he was injured, it really took away their effectiveness offensively.
Trevor Booker, he's checked in now for Nene. Here's Turner. Cans the shot from the wing. Turner's got 9 points here in the second half.
Well, he's found his game and his rhythm this quarter. He's gotten into a nice groove.
And Wall kicks to Beal. Pass to Porter. Nice ball movement by Washington. Here's Seraphin. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Seraphin's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Taking advantage of the defense, really pounding it down low.
That was not a simple rebound. He made it look easy, but he did a good job embodying up his man.
And we've reached the end of the 3rd. Wizards lead by 5. And we're just moments away from the start of the 4th quarter. Stay with us.
Coming up next Monday, November 11th, Kevin Love and the Minnesota Timberwolves take on Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers. Don't miss out.
We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the 4th quarter. Wizards leading by 5. We've got Richardson. Young out there with Noel. Then it's Evan Turner, and it's Brown in at the pivot, manning the middle. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. Here's Porter. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
And that one's good.
He's come out here in the second half and done a nice job moving, getting good looks, and finding his range.
Beal dishes to Wall. Kicks it to Porter. He feeds it to Beal. Takes the three. It's rebounded by Noel. Noel's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Nene, he's checked in for Washington. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Noel sets a screen for Richardson. And Young kicks to Turner. Turner gets the screen from Young. Excellent D there from Okafor.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
It's Wall with the drive. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Now you look at Otto Porter, 6'8", out of Georgetown, almost a 7'2" wingspan, which has led a lot of people to compare him to Tayshaun Prince. Has a lot of versatility to his game. It's going to be interesting to watch his career unfold.
And the first one at the line is good. And Steve, you mentioned Porter's great IQ for the game. He kind of sidestepped the amateur athletic touring scene.
And I think a lot of NBA teams can appreciate that, Kevin. A guy who brings character, toughness, and the intangibles to complement a very well-rounded skill set. That's an intriguing talent and one built for success, I think.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for the Wizards. The 76ers trail by 5. Richardson the pass to Turner. 16 feet away. That's good on the jump shot. Turner's got 11 in the second half.
And it was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
Nene with the screen on Turner. Here's Wall. No good off the front iron.
Well, that's an excellent challenge right there. Good job contesting that shot by the defender.
Now the dish to Richardson. Here's Hawes. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
At the line for your 76ers, Spencer Hawes. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
I think you have to be physical to be a dominant player in the NBA, but Spencer Hawes shows that you can also be effective without being kind of a grinder inside. He's a very skilled passer and shooter, even from the block, and that's what makes him such a good asset on this team.
And both free throws good by Hawes. Going back to Hawes, he isn't a banger down low, but his ability to stretch the defense caught with his outside shooting and passing more than makes up for it.
And he might not be the prototype in terms of what a dominant player in the NBA looks like, but he'll always find a spot on the roster and be a long-term player, because when you have his size and can find the open guy and hit open shots, there's always a job for you.
Richardson kicks to Young. There's the pass to Turner. 5 on the clock. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
It's been a solid outing for Evan Turner. He's got 19 points, and the assist numbers tremendous.
His court vision, Clark, has been phenomenal. I mean, he could not be passing the ball any better than he is right now.
That free throw good from Turner. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
One of the things you look at in winning basketball games in the NBA is getting to the free throw line. You always want to be able to do that. Nene knows how to get there, but he's never really been able to make the most of it because he's not a good foul shooter. Richardson dishes to Turner. 76ers moving the ball around.
Here's Young. They get it again. Pause. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him.
Nothing too fancy, just simple execution. That's getting the job done when they need to make every possession count.
I agree, Clark. They need stops, and they can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are really high percentage looks.
Wall, Turner covering. And good on the basket. Book it. That's 36 points for John Wall. And Clark, you mentioned the foul shooting for Nene for his career, right about 68% from the charity stripe, Steve. Nothing that, I mean, it's not horrible, but it'd be great if he could improve on it.
Well, he did improve a little bit last year, got to 73%, so we'll see if he can continue that trend and become a more consistent shooter from the line.
Wizards leading by 3. Here's Ariza, and the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
How about that play? Great body control, still manages to finish the play despite the contact.
You know, when that whistle blows, you're not done. Get greedy and find a way to knock it down. Well, Trevor Ariza is not really a great offensive player, but defensively now, that's a different story. He's a stopper. He's got good length and athleticism, and I like the intensity he plays with. This is a guy that only played 1 year of college basketball. He's made a nice career for himself in the NBA.
And Philadelphia calls time here. In for Ariza. You remember that postseason with the Lakers, Steve, back in 2009? We shot the lights out.
Yeah, and you wondered at that time whether the light had really come on for him offensively. But I think he's still a player who's best suited rebounding, defending, being a hustle guy, an energy player. And when he makes shots, it's just kind of gravy. But really, it's about everything else with him.
Good description. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard the 76ers coach as he addressed his team. He was riding them pretty hard for the number of silly fouls they've committed in this game. He said, listen, we need to have some defensive discipline. Stop fighting on the shot fakes, stop reaching in, and stop giving them free points at the free throw line. We'll see if they'll respond, guys.
And he sinks the second. Washington leading now by 5. Washington calls timeout. They get a hand on it. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession. The 76ers trail by 5. Young sets a screen for Turner. And Hawes kicks to Richardson. Fires the 3. That's good. Richardson's got 4 points this quarter.
He's showing no signs of letting up here.
Washington's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Wall attacking. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Wall's got 38 points.
Definitely doing his part because he's made his share of clutch buckets here in the fourth.
White, Ariza covering. The jump hook and the basket good. A bank shot that time. Wizards have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting at even 50% from the field. Here's Wall. Again, the Wizards good for 2.
This guy's putting on a clinic out there. Everything is sound and sharp and crisp. He's really the centerpiece of their offense.
Feeds it to Hawes. Passes to Richardson. He dishes it to Young. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hawes, no luck. Wizards leading by 4. And Ariza with the stuff.
With that reverse jam, the fans got a little extra show there.
That one definitely had something, you're right, extra on it.
That was one of those 3 or 4 plays that you see every night in an NBA game that just leaves you in awe.
He kicks it to White. Back to Turner. Left side Turner. Rejected by Wall. Ariza kicks to Wall. Unloads from 13. Beal can't get it to go.
He continues to struggle from the field. But luckily for him and his team, his teammates have been able to pick him up and get the job done. He doesn't really scare a defense at all. You've seen him miss quite a few just like those.
Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession. The 76ers trail by 6. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Young, good look. That one wide left.
I thought he'd make that one. That's his range, and the defense nowhere to be seen.
All with it, now defended by Richardson. Wall's shot is off. Philadelphia's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Outside Turner. Pass to Richardson. They need this one. And the jumper is good. Richardson's got 18 points now here in the second half. Washington leading now by 4. And Wall. Here we go now. With the lead pass, Okafor. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. And it's 6 points for Emeka Okafor. And Turner kicks to White. Shakes him. No good. Good D by Ariza. Wizards have gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. Here's Richardson. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
What a performance. Just look at the game for Jason Richardson. He's got 26 points, and he's buried a ton of three-pointers in this game, too.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track of just how many of those he's hit.
That's good from Richardson. And Richardson drops them both. Washington leading now by 4. Wall gets a screen from Beal. Doubled by Richardson. Turner. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. So it's Washington now. Inside. And there's Bradley Beal on the assist by Nene. And the Wizards lead by 6.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Well, their energy is lacking. They've got to start playing harder and battle down in the paint.
The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way. That's going to send Evan Turner to the free throw line. It's going to be on John Wall. That free throw good from Turner. Wizards leading by 3. And Beal kicks to Wall. Turner comes with the double team. Here's Ariza. Kept alive by Washington. Outside for Beal. Nice ball movement by Washington. Second chance shot. The shot by Nene. No good.
That's one he knows he should have made.
Turner passes to Young. Out of bounds. Washington takes possession.
I'll tell you what, wandering aimlessly out of bounds like that might earn him a ticket to the bench.
Here's Wall. Nene with the screen on Turner. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
He's made an effort to get into the defense a lot more by aggressively attacking the basket, and he's not shying away from the contact, which is giving him some free throw opportunities.
First free throw is good. And so Wall nails both of them.
What a clutch performer. He loves being in these situations, just relishes the opportunity. A lot of guys say they do, but you can see it in his face. He truly does.
Richardson dishes to White. 6 to shoot. Turner. The feed now to Richardson. No good with the triple. Renee setting the pick for Ariza. Dishes to Wall. He passes to Okafor. Ariza. And he banks in the layup. Ariza's got 23 points.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school. Just physical play in the paint. Dominate.
And the 76ers call time here. They're down by 7. 124 left in the fourth. Turner against Wall. Beal with the steal. And now Wall running the floor. Up and down.
What a throw down there. Man. Boy, their defense making an impact here late, Kevin.
And straight off the steal, Clark, a perfectly run fast break ends in a slam dunk.
That could be a huge 4-point swing in this game.
And White kicks to Turner. Turner gets the screen from White. Pass to Richardson. From outside the arc. Rebound by the Wizards. It's Wall with the drop. Kicks it to Villa. Nene with the screen on Richardson. He feeds it to Nene. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it.
Turner passes to Richardson. And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. Washington's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. And Webster kicks to Maynard. The dish to Singleton. And there's the pass to Booker. Maynard. 6 on the shot clock. A shake. Shot's good for Seraphin.
Well, they've done a great job keeping the fans out of the game today, and the closer they get to the win, the quieter it gets.
Yeah, we call that the sweet sounds of silence. They're going to savor this win, as well they should. Every road win carries a little extra reward.
And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play, they showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
Well, it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Morris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game, John Wall.